What is going on, everyone? In this video, we have to take a look at Litecoin. I don't like to put out a video every single day, but within the last few days, it's almost like I don't have a choice. Litecoin has just been popping off, so we're going to be taking a look at Litecoin. Where could this momentum end? We still have about 2 months until the halving for Litecoin. I think many people agree that's one of the main, if not the driving force behind Litecoin and its move right now. How far can we push Litecoin before the halving? I think is the question on everyone's minds. A lot of people want to know, how high are we going to go? So we're going to take a look at that in this video. As well, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all the good stuff, and we can just jump right into the video. So I want to start on the daily, go down to the 1 and 4 hour, and then kind of zoom out a little bit more. With Litecoin, still within this channel that I've had drawn here for a few weeks, it seems to continuously be bouncing off the bottom there. And at the moment, it's about right in the middle of this channel. If we zoom in on the 4 hour, we can kind of get a better picture here. So $138 at the time of making this video. Yes, Litecoin is up about 9%. You can see the rest of the market is not moving. And so what does that mean as well? If we take a look at the Litecoin Bitcoin pairing, you can see Litecoin is just inching up to that 2% of a Bitcoin. You can see that line right here. Pretty much historical highs for Litecoin Bitcoin pairing are pretty darn close. You can see over the last few days, Litecoin has gone from 1.3% to currently 1.7%. Again, almost up to that 2% of a Bitcoin price. Will Litecoin get all the way up to 4, 5, maybe even 6% during this move? I think this is a really exciting time because if there is going to be a time where Litecoin can break out of this 0.5% to 2% of a Bitcoin price, I think that time might be now. Obviously, something we talked about over the past few weeks is this cup and handle, and so far this is behaving exactly like a breakout would play out. It's looking very nice. You can see that right here. So far it's just gone parabolic. And keep in mind, Bitcoin has not really moved. We take a look here at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at 79.45. Down about 0.25% for the day. Really nothing else across the board. Everything is kind of stalled except for Cardano and Litecoin. Now Litecoin, multiple $1 billion ahead of Bitcoin Cash, roughly about 1.5 billion in front of Bitcoin Cash now. About a week ago, Bitcoin Cash was actually number 4. Litecoin is number 4 by a lot now. And there's some memes and people talking on the internet about Litecoin passing XRP. Will Litecoin pass XRP's market cap during this halving hype, I guess you could call it, over the next 50 or so days? Litecoin would have a lot of ground to pick up, but if this indicator right here, or if this pattern really does play out, this cup and handle here, if this really does play out and has a nice parabolic blow up like that with the rest of the market not really moving, again, I think now would be the perfect time for that to happen, because the halving with Litecoin, the beginning of this bull market, if Litecoin is going to move and nothing else is going to move, now would be probably the best time for that. And when I say now, I mean this, within the next month or two before the halving, not necessarily today, although it is moving a lot today. So moving back to Litecoin on the 4 hour here, I want to look at the 1 hour as well. You can see it's consistently just bounced off of this 50 moving average, this blue moving average right here. And as well, when it has not really found support there, bounced off of the 200 moving average in orange right there. Clearly right now we are above that. This is on the 1 hour. We're above that by about 17% right now. If we want to switch over to the 4 hour, you can see we're above the 50 and 200 day moving average. I want to switch to the daily here then. So just how overextended are we from the moving average? Not like it really matters as of the past few weeks because we have just been defying gravity. As of right now, we're about 40% extended from the 50-day moving average. 42% on Litecoin. So keep that in mind. I got a few comments on the video I posted yesterday being like, is it too late to buy Litecoin? I didn't answer it. I obviously can't give it financial advice, but if you step back 24 hours and, looking now, that person, they asked, is it too late to buy Litecoin? Looking from it now, no, it would not have been too late. Again, none of this is financial advice, obviously, but long term, obviously great buy. And I think we just have so much room potentially still with this halving. We're still 2 months away and the hype is just getting so real for Litecoin, and the price is just really reacting to that. So where can we find maybe some next big resistance, I would say? I think between the $180 to $190 range would be pretty big resistance, but that does mean that we have potentially have an easier path, I guess, to higher prices up until that point. That would represent about another 30 to 40% increase, and Litecoin is already about 40% extended from the moving average, so it maybe prepare. It would make sense if there would be some sort of pullback. However, again, like I said, this market's kind of defying gravity, or at least Litecoin is, because of the halving. I think if you guys think there's another reason why Litecoin is moving so much, feel free to leave it in the comments. Always interested to hear about that. I know privacy features with Litecoin is super exciting that people are looking forward to, but really I think there is so much halving hype, and I really think that's what's going on here. Funny enough, I did get a comment 20 minutes before I started filming this. The person said this is only due to the halving. Litecoin has no value. As soon as the halving is over, Litecoin is just going to dump like crazy, and it's essentially a worthless coin. I definitely disagree with that, and one of just the main reasons, and this is kind of just a fundamental technical, like why I think Litecoin has value, the volume on Litecoin is always so massive. It has been for years now. We take a look at the 24-hour volume. Here you can see Litecoin over 5.3 billion, and this is according to CoinMarketCap, so again, not the most accurate, but again, this does represent in a nice illustration just how much more volume goes through Litecoin than a lot of these other cryptocurrencies. Litecoin has been used and it's still being used, and so you can call it a test net or whatever you really want to call it. It's still being used, and people are really, really liking Litecoin. And again, I think a lot of what is going to be important moving forward with cryptocurrencies is going to be brand recognition. People feel comfortable with things they're more familiar with. So for example, people are more comfortable with Bitcoin than, for example, Ganja coin or something like that. Bitcoin has an established name, and so people will trust that more than smaller coins. Not to mention, Litecoin is already extremely secure in terms of its network. The hash rate's all-time high. There's so much going on with Litecoin. And so is this only because of the halving? Absolutely not. I don't think so. I think the halving definitely is exacerbating this a little bit, making this go a little bit faster, maybe even more intense. But long term, I kind of think this is the trajectory we're heading anyway. So, still within this channel, is this channel still valid? Right here is the halving, about 2 months away. That's what this line represents. And so we have, if we just want to draw from here to here, roughly about 58 days, roughly 50 days until the halving. So how many more percent gains can we get all the way up to 180 in that amount of time? Have we seen things like that before? Well, we've seen pretty large candles recently. This was about let's even cut it out a little bit, about a 50% candle. If we had another 50% candle from where we are now, that would put us way above that. Granted, we're already about 10% up on the day, but just talking in terms of bullish momentum and bullish scenarios, I think that Litecoin can hit $200 prior to the halving, which is 2 months away. Now, that does not sound very crazy. It is kind of conservative. I think the price could go much higher than that. Many of you watching for sure will agree that $200 is not impossible at all within the next 2 months. It's very realistic in my opinion. And so I really think if Litecoin is able to break through about that 180, 190, I think it'll be smooth sailing to get to 200. There's not, we haven't hung around in this area very long. If we just want to take a peek and then zoom back, really busted from 130 to 420 in a matter of days. Now, this is interesting here. We found some support there originally in February, found resistance right here in April, and tried to find some support here in May of 2018 before ultimately falling, and that's exactly where we're at now, about 135. You can see that right here on the screen. Let me just circle that so you can see it right here. And here as well, you can see there is a lot going on in this area. So if we are able to break above about 140 US dollars, I could see 180 being in play. However, I do also just want to state again, we're pretty extended from the moving average, and these things usually can't just go up forever. I think there's a lot of emotion, a lot of hype in the market right now, and I think that could continue to drive it. Simply based on that, again, TA can fly out of the window sometimes. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you guys are new, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in the next episode.